or strings.
This is the entree by Schubert. All right, and a little bit more noise. Lumpy. First finger, then Vega. Big gap.
The pupil bandsmen are formed into 4 companies, each making up as far as possible a balanced band of about 40 players, under the command of a student bandmaster. Student bandmasters may already have studied at the school as pupil bandsmen, but they have to pass a stiff entrance examination before returning for a course that will last for 3 years.
When you come in with your glissando,
It's part of their training to help in teaching the pupils, often under the supervision of the school bandmaster.
Okay, you were trying to make a slight rubato at the entry where the horns have the glissando that you just mentioned. But if you do that, certainly relax and let that part come out, but then you must pick up the basic tempo again.
The student bandmasters are skilled in at least one wind instrument, but during their course they must also gain a working knowledge of every other instrument in the band. A clarinetist, for example, will soon find that he has to acquire a new set of techniques when learning the cornet.
I have trouble in actually starting them.
Yes. Well, place the tongue firmly behind the teeth. Ta. Think of that syllable. Ta. Ta, 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 tee. Right? That's it.
Remember, these students have to master the elements of a new instrument every 3 months. The bandmaster's course is highly demanding, with intensive classes in musical theory, including harmony and composition.
Can we do this bit to begin with? Ti, ti, ta, tum, pom, pom, pom. And then we're going to, on the 4th quaver, we're going to a dominant or a dominant seventh. What would you say?
Dominant seventh.
Would you? All right. That's with a 7th in. There it is without. Does your silence mean that you don't really care one way or the other? In actual fact, I don't think it matters a button.
Yes, the reason I make you sing that, you see, if you were teaching a young player,
A bandmaster has to be capable of taking an orchestral piece and transcribing it for the wind instruments of a military band, which have different ranges and pitch.
you've got the Les Prelude, you've got the first page of the conductor's copy of Les Prelude in front of you, and you've got a couple of pages of the opening, the relative sounds, the opening of the full orchestral score. Now, whilst I've been very strong with you to say that we are duty-bound to reproduce as near to the orchestra as we can, there does occur the occasion when one can just exert and take a little bit of license, artistic license, and I feel that this particular score, with its very difficult introduction, needs that particular license.
most important skill for a student bandmaster to learn is conducting, the art of commanding, controlling, and drawing the best out of a band. Video cameras record the student's technique, and the director of music takes a close personal interest.
We take that run in again to the andante maestoso. Quite good, but I think I would like you to see more control over the entry bar, and then when we get on to the 12/8, really control that accompaniment with a very pointed beat.
Same spot, please.
The pressure of work at Kneller Hall is unremitting, and not everyone can stand the pace. But successful students gain qualifications which are equal to those of graduates of the Royal College of Music or the Royal Academy. As well as all their musical work, student bandmasters act as squad and company commanders for pupil bandsmen.
Duties! Sharp!
Chris.
And they take their share of administrative duties. They organize sport and other activities. And even find time for less serious music making.
Oh, goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Farewell, my own true love, true love. I'm gonna go away and leave you. Never see you any. Never gonna see you any. I'm gonna sail upon that ferry boat, never to return again. So goodbye. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island
The school dance band is often booked for outside engagements. The brass band, too, is an extracurricular activity. But the supreme occasions of the year, which bring together all the different strands of training at the school, are the Kneller Hall concerts during the summer, which give pupil bandsmen and student bandmasters experience of performing before a live and often critical audience. More than a century and a quarter ago, the founders of the Royal Military School of Music set out to achieve the highest standards of musical training. Today, the traditions fostered by Kneller Hall continue to add to the pride and the prestige of the British Army all over the world. And the bandsmen provide, too, a reserve in every regiment, trained to give medical and other auxiliary services in times of emergency. Men and women who are, in the words of the Kneller Hall motto, second to none.